This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News TV. It's Wednesday night. It's not lighting today. We're talking audio stuff. And I've got product specialist Steve Sharp here from Hercules. Steve, welcome to our Wednesday night show.
Well, thank you very much, John.
Tonight we're going to be talking about, well, mixers, controllers, and software. We're just going to talk about everything.
Great.
And once we get done with that, then we're going to go ranting about the DJ industry. No, maybe not that last part, but we could.
It's true.
We could be here for a while.
If you want to, I got time for you. No problem.
Great stuff. We are at the Las Vegas DJ show right now, and we are at the Hercules booth, and we're going to be kind of looking at what Steve's got set up here, and kind of talking about some of the different products and finding out more about it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So let's start off. We'll get Jeremy up here.
Sure.
What are we looking at right here on the table?
This is my favorite, as much as it sounds like a horrible stereotype old Pacific stereo salesman. I use one of these myself, but I do. I use one of these myself. This is the RMX2, successor to the highly successful RMX, the original RMX. It's your basic controller with mixer section in the center, decks left and right. You have your audio out. You have your USB in to control and attach to your computer, and power so it doesn't tap resources out of your computer. From the RMX to the RMX2, we've boosted the outputs. We have XLR outs now that we didn't have before. Boosted the outputs on the headphone as well. Mic in, which I have my little headset mic if I'm doing drawings or things right here at the booth. I have an external drive where I've got all my music videos because I'm using Virtual DJ Pro here, doing music videos, audio with ambient video on the screens if you like. I've used it to host karaoke shows. It's very, very versatile. I think of Virtual DJ Pro as the Swiss Army knife of softwares, and it works seamlessly and flawlessly with our Hercules controllers. We also have a software called Dejuiced that comes with some of our controllers, and it's very seamless with that as well.
Very nice.
I like when things work seamlessly as opposed to, well, we're going to sit here and configure this for hours and hours. I'd much rather be DJing than configuring stuff, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Now you mentioned one thing that you said this has XLR outputs on it.
Correct.
That is awesome. Now that was something that must be newer on this model.
It's newer. It's our first controller that has that, which I've personally been kind of rallying for a while. Sometimes they listen to me, sometimes they don't, but finally we do. So it only made sense to me because every powered speaker in the marketplace has XLR ins, and XLR, otherwise known as mic cables, are readily available as opposed to some of these more specialized cables where it's like, oh, you can't get that anywhere. You can get an XLR mic cable anywhere.
Sure. And as I'm noticing though, even with the XLR though, you're still using the RCA outs.
The RCA here. I'll explain why. This is not smoke and mirrors. Because of the fact that our stage area here has two different controllers, and I'll tell you about this other one here in a moment if you like. I've got it running two different feeds out of this little Behringer mixer down below here. So I'm using the RCA out of that and going 1/4 inch into here. And this is the volume on this one, and the volume on this one is over here.
Yes. And
so that way we don't have to unplug things and get that fabulous buzzing noise that
everybody loves so much.
Absolutely. they love it almost as much as feedback.
Yeah, that's a real popular thing.
Absolutely. I can name that tune.
Exactly. Well, now you were mentioning so it's done for, it's all coded or I should say all set up for the DJ Juiced and also Virtual DJ. Now, will this work with other programs?
It will work with pretty much any program that is what I consider, I may not be using the terminology correctly, open source MIDI or HID, meaning it's not proprietary. Okay. Serato is a very popular program, but it is proprietary in a similar fashion to how a lot of Apple products are very proprietary. If you don't have the hardware that it's designed to go with, you can't use it with that software. So that being said, Serato, Scratch Live, and/or DJ is not compatible with this in and of itself. You could conceivably take a Serato SL box, for example, and kind of route it through. But at that point, it's really kind of defeating the purpose because I want to say the least expensive Serato SL box is $500, and this controller is $300.
Okay.
So it doesn't make economic sense to do something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it physically possible? Yes, I've seen it done, but I don't think it's practical.
Not a bit. So let's continue over, Jeremy. He's busy playing with all the buttons over there.
By all means, that's what they're here for.
That's why you go to a DJ convention, is you get to play.
Exactly. So I definitely encourage people, when there's a DJ convention within reach of you, whether it be in Minnesota, whether it be in Las Vegas, whether it be in Atlantic City, wherever it's going to be, or some of the smaller, more regional shows. We were talking about Midwest DJs Live. Alan Robb was here earlier talking to me a little bit about that. Support these shows. It's one thing to talk about things like feel and latency and how easy it is to use versus how much of a learning curve is there. It's much better to do a hands-on.
By far.
And even in retail at places like Guitar Center and Sam Ash, you're generally limited as to what you can do hands-on with in computer-based products in these stores.
And many times in the store, you don't have someone who uses it.
Right.
It's someone who maybe went to at NAMM. They might have, they sat through a presentation where you actually use these.
Exactly, and at these shows you'll see the various manufacturers, and you can do hands-on and test it and try it and see if you like it. If it works for you, fantastic. We'll tell you show specials, and you can purchase them. And if you don't, then you keep looking till you find something that suits you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's keep working our way around now, because we've got a few more things to check out. Now, of course, the iPad tablet world is hot, heavy.
Absolutely.
And we saw this at NAMM, and this was pretty sweet. So take us through this.
John was probably more excited about this than I was. I like the fact that technology is going in all kinds of different directions, and I don't know that there's an answer as to where it's all going to shake out and fall out.
Isn't that true? Yes.
There are certainly things that I'm more skeptical about than some other people, especially after the iCloud photo scandal. Cloud computing and cloud storage of music, no, I'm much more, Spotify playlists and streaming this and streaming that. I'm still much more of a fan of having, does this make me old school? I mean, I haven't been on vinyl records for a very long time, but I am old school I want to have my music, my video, my karaoke files locally stored on my machine versus trying to stream them off of a cloud. If you lose internet connection at an event, is that going to be an acceptable excuse to a bride as to why you don't have her song?
Or all of a sudden the music stops dead in its tracks.
Right, because you're buffering like you would on YouTube on a bad 2G connection or something like that.
Wait a second, everyone hold still.
Hold still, yeah. Turn your phones off. We need all
80%,
the bandwidth we can get, yes.
80%, 90%, go!
I know we're being sarcastic, but these are concerns as far as I believe. Never mind the questionable, is it legal, is it not legal? I don't know.
We won't even get into that one.
Yeah, but there is that question mark. So I'm more a fan of having things local. That being said, when I purchased the iPad, I bought the largest one. This is a 128 gig iPad Air, which as of this interview, that's the largest one they make because I want to have all my music on here. I don't have all my music on here. I have more than 128 gig, but I've sorted out things that I believe I'm going to need. And actually, I just put together a small library to use for this purpose this week here at the show. So basically, you put the music on your iPad by syncing it to iTunes. You go in here, you open up something, you select it, and it loads, and you play. Oh no, it didn't load. Hang on, let's try that again. Now it loads. And you've got your master volume here. Same concepts at work. Things to know about this that are a little different. This is dejuiced DJW. Okay. It's in the App Store. It is for free. However, it really doesn't do anything unless you have the controller. So I can't see why anyone would want it or need it without. So it has to be paired, or else it doesn't fire up. Much like software dongles and things like a Serato SL box, like we were discussing earlier.
Yes.
Does. So similar in that manner. But you see your two WAV files up there, and they're multicolor. It is a version of Dejuice, which we were talking about a little earlier. And you've got your master volume here. You've got your controls mixer in the center. And I'll show you some neat things about this as well. Right here, just easily accessible within reach, is your loop button. So we're just playing a 1-beat loop. We'll expand it to 2, to 4, to 8, so it's exponential, and it's exponential in the other direction too, which a lot of EDM people especially, not necessarily, loop rolls don't excite people in hip-hop as much as they do in anything electronic. So let's, and this is kind of a dubstep-y thing I've got here, and then let it go.
Wow, very cool.
So it's that easy to do in that regard. There is an auto mix on here, which I haven't fully learned how to use because as a DJ, I like being hands-on.
Yes.
And if you have cover artwork. It'll show up in here. This one doesn't have that, so let's pick something. What shall we do? Let's go by BPM. And we're just scrolling through our tracks. Let's pick this. And yes, it has the legendarily notorious sync button. And yes. I'm going to press it just to prove a point. There, I'm done. We'll get back behind our first beat. And this is without headphones. It's going to sound terrible.
Okay.
No, it's not bad. You can see the lines. It's actually lined up pretty well. And then I'm going to do a scratch out. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not award-winning, but not bad. So that's the basics on this. Now, this the only connection you'll see on the iPad here is this, and this is the audio out.
Okay.
The iPad itself is paired to the controller via Bluetooth.
Oh, nice.
Which is good because it's fewer wires, but the thing to keep in mind is Bluetooth, I don't think, was originally designed to carry signal in this fashion. So with that in mind, you do get a little bit of latency. I'm not going to lie to you and go, oh yeah, it's really tight. Well, it's as tight as it can be considering it's using Bluetooth.
Right.
Are these standards improving and getting better? I believe so. Is it perfected? Probably not. Or at least not as well as it's going to be for the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, you also can forego actually using the audio out, and you can pair another device such as Bluetooth speakers. I'm sure you've seen a variety of those in your travels and reviews and
Certainly.
things. But again, now you're using two layers of Bluetooth. Bluetooth to get to the controller and back, and Bluetooth to get to the speaker. So if you think latency is an issue here, and feel free to try it yourself if you like. You want me to hold the mic for you? We don't have any of that side. It's the right side. There you go.
So there's a little bit. You can pick up a little latency, but not bad.
I don't think it's bad.
No, not bad.
But it is more noticeable when using Bluetooth speakers because we've done demonstrations that way as well. Plus, you also run the risk of, and even though you can do these things, I mean, there's battery in the. I should mention that as well. In the Wave controller, there's a battery, and it charges via USB. Okay. You unplug it; it lasts up to 8 hours. So this can be totally wireless. This can be totally wireless, and your speakers can be totally wireless.
Right.
Theoretically, that means you could dance around at any party with all of these items in different areas.
Yes.
I don't think I would because you run the risk of dropping out the Bluetooth signal,
yes.
In which case all of a sudden this is lit up, but it doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh, no.
And you have to reboot your whole thing. So, and people are going to go, boo, you suck as a DJ. Yeah. So, I would definitely test that where you're going to try that before trying that. But again, it is all possible.
Certainly.
And that's, to me, this is kind of, there's futurism to this product. All right, let's go back to this other track. I'll show you some things that are cool within the program and within the controller. This is probably my favorite one. Effects. You remember Chaos pads?
Oh, yes.
Well, right within the program and on the iPad itself, you got filters, you got, what's the name? Oh, hello. Oh, back. Chorus. I'm at the last. So you've got these effects. You can trigger them from the controller itself, or play with them in a Chaos Pad kind of style to attenuate them to whatever frequency or how much. You could leave them on. You could stack them. I could have all of these effects at once if I wanted. Make instant noise.
Yeah.
So
that's a good way to describe it.
And then you've got cue points, so you do hot cues, you can do effects, you can do all these samples to add to your mix, all kinds of different things. And you can record your mix.
Very cool.
This is a street price, map price of $299, and it's just, we were expecting it a little closer to when you saw it at NAMM. The prototypes were floating around a little longer than the production models. Made it a little later to get out in the marketplace than we anticipated, but they're in the marketplace now. Let's search them out. I believe Amazon has them, and again, price is $299.
Very nice. Now you've got some more stuff over on the back here. Let's kind of walk our way through that.
Absolutely.
Because we are, of course, this is Wednesday night, lighting chat typically, but tonight we're looking at audio at the Hercules booth. Steve, take us through some stuff.
Sure. All right, we have the DJ Control Air, which is a great starter piece at $169. Comes bundled with Dejuiced 18. The Dejuiced line is essentially, if the numbers go up, the complexity of the software and the power of the software go up. So comes bundled with Dejuiced 18. It is also natively mapped for Virtual DJ Pro, but it doesn't come with it. So if you have the license already, you're good. If you buy the license separately, you're good. Doesn't come with an upgrade path as some of our controllers do. And when we get to that, the one here shown that does, I'll explain that as well, so people understand. The unique features, there are two unique features about the Air, some of which are also on the Air Plus. So the two I'm about to show you here are pretty similar, with a few very distinct differences, which I'll explain. The main one being this air sensor here. So if you're doing effects, let's say you do have a flange effect you're doing, instead of, okay, I want more flange, like wet dry on effects. Okay, sure. Wet, give me as much flange as you got, or take it down and kind of sweep it across. As opposed to doing that with a knob, you do that with an air sensor. There's how close, this is 100%, and you can see that with the lights lighting up here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera there, but okay, that's 100%. You back it up. Okay, 0% is there, and 100% is here. Yeah. So you can go like this and make a kind of like a wah sound out of your effect, which would be similar to doing this, but this is more fun. Quite frankly. More hands-on. Yeah, and the way I like to describe this, I know this might be a little hokey as well, but you're used to DJs being in 2 dimensions, here, here, and here. Well, now you're in the 3rd dimension as well. So there you are. And then the other thing is, and since this has been in release, other manufacturers have done this as well. So this is kind of a trend that I want to say we were very early on, and it's a great thing, is that these are not just buttons, as some of the other controllers are. These are velocity-sensitive drum machine style pads. So if you're triggering drum samples off of this, which you certainly can do, and let's say I'm playing something over here, and I'll augment over here with samples. We have some in right now. I didn't realize we did. The harder you push it, if you push it just lightly, you'll get 5-10% of the volume. Hit it hard. It's just like if you hit a kick drum harder, right, you get a louder sound out of that kick drum. Sure. Same concept at work here. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. Other things you can do, if I captured a 4-beat loop, I can then press, this one was really unique too, the magic button. The magic button will take my 4-beat loop, cut it into 4 parts, and you can play back the sequence. Let's see if I got one here. No, I may have saved one over on this one. But you play back, you can resequence the 4-beat loop. Nice. So you can do some really interesting, creative things once you kind of get the hang of playing with these things. Yeah, it's fun. Now, here we are with the DJ Control Air Plus. Again, this is $169. This is, I want to say, I should have studied this up better before coming out. I want to say this is $249. When did this come out now? This one has been out a little less than a year. This one's been out a little over a year. Yep. And it comes bundled with Dejuiced. This one has a longer range on the air sensor. It has much larger jog wheels, which a lot of people are clamoring for. So in terms of the amount of control you can have on it, it's pretty, and you can feel them. They're pretty hefty. They're not. They don't just spin like Wheel of Fortune or something. You know what I mean? Really aren't. They give you a little bit of pullback on them. So people tend to like that, and realize you can have it in vinyl mode, which would be a scratch, or you can turn that off. I always used to worry about. When I first had like the Denon 2000, you remember those days? Oh, yes. I used to worry about, I'm going to accidentally, and I've done this. I was wearing a tuxedo, and my sleeve would go across the wheel, and I accidentally do a scratch on something I wasn't intending to do. So with a lot of controllers, this included, you can take the vinyl mode off, and even if you hit it with your leg, the worst it's going to do is give you a little bit of a pitch bend. Right. Okay. It's not going to give you that. Oh, nuts! I just knocked myself out of sync here. So, and then this is this one's kind of nice. This is the black version available exclusively in the U.S. at Guitar Center of the RMX2. So if you like the silver, those are available. If you like the black, more kind of a sleek look, those are available. We don't have one to show you, but there's one in black and gold being released.
Okay.
I've seen a black and gold 4MX, so I'm going to presume the RMX2 in black and gold is going to look real similar. I think we showed you this one at NAMM. It looks kind of like the old Marantz receivers in terms of the color scheme. Those of you who are younger have no idea what we're talking about. I apologize, but you Google that. You might be able to find something on Google Images.
That's your parents.
There you go. And it comes with Dejuiced 40, but it also comes with Virtual DJ LE. Virtual DJ LE, full-featured with a few exceptions. You can't do a separate screen, which is what you're going to need to do video, which I'll give you an example of here on the screen. We're doing a little... show them the screen there. I'm just doing kind of an ambient video that my friend Mike Weeder put together for me.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing just audio tracks, we can, especially at a convention, I want to brand it. So here's what we're doing here. It's Hercules DJ with controllers and more.
Which computer is running this coming through?
The one that we were playing with first up on the stage area over there.
Your videos and
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And so it comes with Virtual DJ LE. Virtual DJ Pro sells for $299 every day off the website. Virtual DJ LE, if you register the free disc version that comes, don't throw your discs away. I can't tell you how many people over the years have gone, oh, the dog ate my disc. Can I get that code? No, you just threw away $150. Really. Because if you take the LE version, register it with Virtual DJ, you can then upgrade to Virtual DJ Pro, which I strongly recommend, especially if you have any interest in doing video DJing. It's more economical than other options, and it's more powerful than a lot of people think. And you can upgrade and have the full, not a crack, not an illegal, anything like that. It's fully legit. It's yours. And up until this point, Virtual DJ upgrades have all been free once you're a licensed owner.
Yes.
And I don't think there's any other software you can say that about.
I would agree.
I really don't. If there is, bring it to my attention, and I'll retract that statement.
There is. Put it in the comments below.
There you go. They'll tell you. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Comments are like that. So for an additional $149, you can upgrade to the Pro version, which is essentially half off, which is why I say, okay, $300 versus $150. You've just thrown $150 away if you unbox this and throw the disc away, or lose the disc, or your wife threw it out, or the dog ate your disc. I tell you, over the years, I've heard every story you can imagine.
Oh, I bet.
So, and that's the long and the short of it. And again, controls, as we said before, here's your master out. You have kill switches, so especially for things like nice smooth mixing or EDM, you can kill the bass and just listen to the bass on the other side as you're doing a crossfade. The amount of pullback you get on the scratch is fully adjustable within Virtual DJ Pro, so if you are a scratch person, you can adjust real specifically within the software what kind of a crossfade curve you like.
Sure.
Whether it be a real abrupt one for scratching, or whether it be a real smooth one for real smooth kind of mixing. Depends on what kind of style you have as a DJ, or what you want to do with your software and with your controls.
Yeah, very nice.
It's all in there.
Very nice. Let's take a look at now. You've got some different headphones here.
Yes, we have our line of headphones as well.
I recognize a couple of the colors.
Okay.
But there's a couple that I don't know if I've seen those before.
These are the Pros. These are $199, and I don't have the specs memorized, but I know these are the absolute loudest of the batch. Our Pro DJ headphones are very DJ friendly in that if you want it over one ear, you can do it over. In fact, they're so friendly, I've sometimes thought I've got them on backwards. Yeah.
I love that. But
yeah, sometimes you're listening to, you can do the mix in the headphones with the the headphone cues, or you can listen to actually what you're playing, depending on how close you are. And as a mobile DJ, you have to be versatile. Some weeks you're right next to the speakers because they give you no room. Other times, well, you're across the room and using, either a wireless or a ton of cable just to get the job done. They put you nowhere near the dance floor, which is a challenge of a different sort.
Yes.
But if you're trying to mix off of that, it's pretty difficult because the speaker's 40, 50 feet away.
That it is.
So, and people will use things like monitors in that case, or you can headphone mix. But there's all these options. So, the white ones, I don't have them charged, and I may have lost the charger somewhere between this trade show and the last. But the white ones, I don't think you've seen.
No.
And quite honestly, I don't remember the price point. I want to say $169, but I'm not certain. These have a mini USB like you'd have on a phone. Well, if I can find where it is. I know we have it.
Oh, right here.
There it is. Okay, great. Just like you'd have for your Android phone. I don't think iPhones have this connector, but
correct.
You plug it in, you charge it, and then there's a switch on one of the cups, and it will do an LED light show around the cups.
Oh, wow.
Gimmicky, perhaps. Cool, perhaps. I mean, and it'll go just either on or just kind of sound active, you know, to the music with it. It's like, wow. And I think that's especially good if you have a DJ that's particularly not animated. Well, animate on their head.
Headphones.
Yeah. Makes it seem like they're dancing and they're just kind of standing there looking nervous or something. It's a fun way to go. These are our entry level in the DJ headphones, and again, I want to say the major difference here is the color to identify them and the specs. So these don't have the same kind of level of output as the Pros at $199. Right. These are $79.
Okay.
So we do have a range. There's also a green pair that I think I've got. Nope, we gave those away. There's a green pair that's $129. So sure. It's I would definitely recommend going to Hercules.com and studying up the specs if you want to know which one's right for you. Or, of course, you could come to any of these shows and put them on your head and give them a listen.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what they're here for.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, Steve, thank you very much for your time. It was a lot of cool stuff here at the Hercules booth. We're at the Las Vegas DJ Show, and we are doing a Wednesday night audio chat. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV. Good night.